General, let me walk you through what this interview would generally be about. So we are currently doing a study on English general in Malaysia. How has it been, affected through social political development, as well as how the Ministry of Education have implemented certain policies, or in general how the government have implemented English policies within not only education but many different other aspects also. So thus, so as of all, it will also affect how we speak English in Malaysia today. I think we are one of the most fluent English-speaking countries in Southeast Asia.
So, can you start with your name, your age, your ethnicity or race, and your mother tongue? And do you have any other languages that you are fluent?
All right, so my name is Nick Farhan. People call me Farhan, and my age is 25 years old. So
Your race?
oh, my race is Malay, and my first language is Bahasa. So others than that, I'm not fluent in Japan because I'm always use Malay.
Hi, my name is Kevin. I'm from the Faculty of Business and Economics. I'm from Kepong, a small town in the northern side of Kuala Lumpur. My mother tongue would be Cantonese and Mandarin, but I'm also fluent in English and Malay.
My name is Rabiatul Roida. I'm from Sabah, Kota Belud, Sabah. So my ethnicity is I'm Iranun. My nationality. So for mother tongue, I speak. Sometimes I speak Malay, sometimes, but in my family, with my mother, I speak Iranun.
My name is Yokelingesh Vijayam. I'm 25 years old. I'm a recent law graduate from Queen's University, Belfast, the UK. So I'm unemployed, so I'm looking for jobs right now. Studying in Malacca, my mother tongue language is Tamil, and
It's very obvious that you can speak very fluent English also.
My name is Asean, and I'm from Sabah. My ethnicity is Chinese mixed Dusun, but yeah, I can speak only two language, which is Malay and English. And for Dusun, I can understand them lah.
So, what was the primary language of instruction in your secondary school, especially for science subjects such as physics, biology, chemistry, mathematics, etc.? And how are your feelings about English being taught in these subjects?
All right. So my primary language is when I'm studying physics, biology, chemistry, mathematics is Bahasa Malaysia. Always Bahasa Malaysia because my teacher always used to teach me in Bahasa. I think it's good because when teenagers learn more about English in a few years when they start to find a work, find a career, so they can use English to expand a career in their life.
It would be in English, except for obviously language classes, which I did take Mandarin Chinese. You would ask about my feelings regarding the instruction of STEM subjects in English. I'll say that they are quite suitable for it. A lot of publications and literature of the STEM subjects are in English, and that will facilitate the students to get to know more about the subject. However, I believe that this is not healthy for the development of our national languages vocabulary, and so I do think that efforts should be made in order to increase and expand the vocabulary used in the STEM subjects for the Malay language.
In my secondary school, it actually depends on the teacher. Some subject they teach in English, but some they teach in Malay. So
Oh, I see. It's a continuation of the first question. So, is there any policies that you are aware of that requires the teachers to teach in English or in BM?
yes, I aware of such policy, but if I'm not mistaken, that was back when I was in primary school. But I'm not sure whether that policy is continuous.
mainly it was in Malay language, not in English. So everything we learn, especially in science and maths, biophysics, all in Malay language. Well, the school was given an autonomy whether they want to choose a dual language program, which is in English or Malay. So my school choose Malay. So you know what is the main reason for that? So And some of the schools offer English language for their teaching science and maths in English, secondary school level. In Malaysia, I will say very less. We are focusing more on Malay language, especially when recently our Prime Minister said if any correspondence letters must be sent in Malay language, not in English. So we can see where is the priorities right now, misplaced priorities. Very important. If you go other countries, other parts of the world, what language you speak first? English, right? So if you speak in Malay language, for sure the people won't understand it.
So in secondary school, in Form 1, we actually use English. But when we go to Form 2 already, we went to Form 2, we start to use Malay. So that until I graduated in my secondary school, we use BM.
So since you have experience in learning English in these subjects in Form 1, so what are your feelings about the English being used in these subjects?
Actually, I feel more understand because I'm used to use English in my primary school, so I more understand in detail about the subject, about the topic in English. But when I'm using Malay, it's become I don't know what the meaning, so I just it's too grammatical for me in in Malay. So yeah, I'm using a lot in Google to translate what that mean in English.
I see. So you prefer English in general, lah.
Yeah, more detailed, more understandable.
Okay, so the second question, do you believe that the government's adoption of English language policies would increase your English proficiency and be beneficial to your future career?
Yeah, I believe that if government do that to make English is a first atau second language to our country, I think it's a good move for future career, because if I want to find my career after I finish my study, and then because I always see English in my life. Example, have a signboard in English, have a talk with my friend in English. So I think my confidence level in English can give something to my future career.
I believe that the government's adaptation of English language policies to increase the English proficiency of students is quite debatable. As to increase the English proficiency of students, you must first increase the quality of your English language teachers. And without a proper quality held by the English language teachers, even though you might adopt the English language policies nationwide, it might not help at all. In fact, it might be destructive for students to learn the subjects in English, as their mother tongue would not be in English, but they are forced to learn in a foreign language.
Personally, my opinion, yes, as I believe most careers require us to be fluent in English, especially like inshallah, my future career. Some just requires you to fluent in more than one language at least. So maybe the least can be is English. So, however, I still believe it depends on what career are you pursuing in the future.
Technically, yes, because the government must encourage them not only study Malay language, but also have to teach them in English as well, because English is one of the most important languages in the world. So if you, according to global scenarios, most of the people nowadays speaking in English language as a medium of instruction rather than other languages. So we have to adapt and live to it.
For my opinion lah, it's not about the language, it's about the commitment to the study. But still, if like me, I prefer more to English because it's more detailed. Maybe a time where I use English in my study in secondary school, I can pursue my dream career, which is to become like veterinary. Is that it? Vet?
The vet, yes. The animal doctor.
Vet. Yeah, but because it's a lot of factors to be see through, but mostly it's about the commitment. But English about language is not very important. Actually, yes, because with English, actually we can connect with the other nations. Because when we use only our language, they cannot understand us when we go to like China or to the USA like that. They never can understand us. So we need to use English to pursue our dream career lah. Because yeah, with that we can gain new knowledge, we can gain new experience from them. We can within our mindset like that
Okay.
with English in our Malaysian.
Okay, so last question. In your opinion, has the introduction of English as the medium of instruction in specific subjects affected your proficiency in your native language?
If we do English as the medium of the instruction in specific subject, so I think it's not affected my native language as a Bahasa Malaysia, because my life to when I born till my age 25 years old, I'm used Bahasa Malaysia always. So when I learning English, when I use English, start from 1 years old, or when in primary school, I think that's not affected my native language, because it's good to have two language that I can expert, that I can go through with all people and have a confidence to talk or to speak in English, especially for my career.
I believe not, but I believe that it really limits the vocabulary that I know. Case in point, I do read a lot of literature in English, and I do read a lot of publications in English. So, in terms of vocabulary wise, I would say that I have a much richer vocabulary in English compared to my native language, which is Cantonese and Mandarin. I believe that the correct word to describe it would not be deteriorate, but the limited exposure of the language in terms of the particular field to myself.
So in my personal opinion, I believe I would say no actually, because in fact I believe that I learn new things, especially in that such subject. For example, in mathematics, I learn some phrases, new phrases. So actually it increases more of my vocab lah.
Yeah, in a way, yes, because during my time, my Tamil classes were always in one day. I mean, it's only a particular day only. So sometimes my teacher have to organize extra classes just to improve your Tamil language. So that is why sometimes they affect your language of proficiency, because schools emphasizes to learn English and Malay language. So sometimes students will forget to grasp in their native language. You friend with Tamil people, I mean, with your own clan, your own group, you say that then only you can talk in Tamil language. If you friend with other races, you talk in either in English or in Malay language, right? Yeah.
So in my opinion kan, for me I'm not very fluent in my native language kan, but my friend, yes, they are very fluent with their native language. So when they learn English, actually English is like a skill, you know. It's a new skill for them. They already know BM and they already know this their Dusun language. But when they learn English, it's not very it's not not disturbing lah, but they're not interrupting their fluency in their native language. So it's just like a new skill they learn, and nowadays we tend to have these multilingual skills. So English is not for me it's not a disruption factor lah to our local language.
I see, but then some will argue that you need to balance them out. Otherwise, if you speak one more than the other, then the one that you don't speak as much will decrease in proficiency.
It's actually yes, they have already also have negative impact lah, because like you say, when we learn English more, we tend to macam campur-campur rojak like that, no, like that.
Yeah.
So it's really a bit not nice lah if you rojak like that with the Dusun and the English and BM also. They're like
It's not nice.
better, like you said, balance, better like that.